$100,000 welding skill no one talks about. Gasless flux core welding. I have made 100K myself and more welding with flux core without gas. Let me tell you about it, family. One thing about it is you don't have to take bottles with you. You can use small machines and you can use bigger wire settings to get the job done. Now, what I made my most money off of dealing with the flux core gasless was shipping container conversions, cutting in windows, doors, putting in staircases, putting in handrails and things like that. The money was unreal. In Phoenix, Arizona, that's all I was doing in Tempe. They had a lot down there where they were just dropping containers. I was putting in windows. I was binding two and putting one together, making two, cutting one apart, making two different units, making 20 footers out of 40 footers. Like, that's where the money was, and it was all out of gasless flux core welding. Don't overlook the gasless flux core welding. Now, the technique to doing this is just like if you was using a 60-10. So for those who are familiar with 60-10, you're doing a circular motion, a back and forth motion, some type of whipping motion, zigzag or something, and normally that'll be sufficient. Now, when it comes to flux core without gas, you can weld it in all positions. All positions. But in the field, I have literally done it in all positions, up, down, overhead. But on the most common part, I was doing a lot of flat and horizontal welds, and then we was installing certain things. Certain things we had to go uphill on certain joints, but majority of it, family, were just standard welds. These are things I taught welders how to do on the field that was doing MIG welding, that was like, I really don't like the gasless flux core because of the look of it. It's dirty, it don't look real pretty, and I showed them how they can make the weld look better. And you can clean it up with the grinder to take the slag off. That's all it is. It's just slag on it. So it's just like having a dirty 60-10. You can drop some pretty welds as long as you remove the slag. So it's just like that. But when you building things like gates, fences, outside repairs, you can make a lot of money with a flux core machine. I don't know what city, what state you're in. You can work on help the city and work on a lot of the garbage cans they have. You can talk to apartment complexes and help them with their staircases and with their trash can doors, the bin doors. You can look around and you can talk to people that need help at the different lots that has the commercial gates that need repairs. Like, the list goes on, and all of this is flux core welding. You don't have to break the bank. I started with a 140 Lincoln welder. You can get you one of those. They got the 180 now. They got the 110 and 220, but you can do a lot with the 110 in the field, especially when you're building things like shipping container conversions. There is a lot of money in shipping container conversions, family. So if you've been thinking about diving into that, that's a smart business to dive into. The investment is wise as well. If you get the opportunity, check out Containing Luxury. I invest with that company. I think they're a great company when it comes to building shipping containers, 20 footers and 40 foot luxury style. Check them out. Containing Luxury. They're out of Florida. I really think that those are some containers that you can really build if you got you a home already and you want to place them on a foundation already ready, fam. Or you're a welder fabricator, you can get some ideas by checking that out. And I also sell blueprints. You can get blueprints from me from the shipping containers, and I can help you scale your shipping container conversions. The blueprints at the shipping containers, when it comes to homes and businesses, they start at 500 and they go up depending on the square footage. The most I have charged someone for a blueprint was $1,500. At this time, it was $1,500. It was a lot into the home, but on a standard basis, about $500 to $1,000, depends on what you're trying to do. But shipping container conversions, the money is there, fam. The money is there. All off flux core. And a lot of times they don't want to tell you that. You know, everybody talk about the pipe welding and going on the pipe rigs and having the pipe rigs, and everybody talk about the TIG welding, but flux core without gas, gasless flux core, I'm telling you, it's a lot of money in it, fam. I made a lot of money in the construction, you know what I mean? And a lot of my guys who are coming out of prison, and they, you know, a lot of times certain jobs you can't get into, fabricating, building things, making things, you a hustler, that can be your meal ticket. That can be your meal ticket. Coming out of high school, you like to build things. that could be your meal ticket. I don't know where you at in the country, but it's something you can build. You can do a lot of fabrication outside. I did. Once you get a garage, you can just level up. It just depends on what you got. But I did so much outside, and I made that, family. You seen me in Birmingham, Alabama. I did that shipping container conversion for your chef restaurant with gasless flux core welding. When I was in Oklahoma City and I sold a shipping container conversion at the 2021 Oklahoma City Garden Show. Look that up. Hog On Welding was there. If you look that up, you'll see me there. I showed a 20-foot shipping container conversion. And I was able to make that money and migrate to Georgia. So it's a lot you can do. It's a lot you can do with flux core. So don't overlook it. Don't overshadow it. If you need some more tips, check out some of my uploads. I got some great videos already up on gasless flux core that can really help you out. If you need some more tips, just let me tell you this though. Remember this. Gap, angle, travel speed, all of that applies to everything that you do. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Just clean the metal, get all the paint, get all the filth off of it, and normally you'll get you a good weld. Make sure you change the polarity. On a lot of small machines, you have to change the polarity if you was running MIG welding and it has the flux core process. Change the polarity, you'll be fine. Be blessed, continue to prosper, and make you 100K this year using flux core welding. Hold on.